Basketball is my life. I have nothing else.
This is incredible. This is the best Grateful for I've ever heard.
Shooters. That's what we do.
Shooters, a basketball podcast. Let's go. And bam, we're back. Episode 5 of the Shooters Pod. Where would you rather be with your boy Darren and Jack? How was your weekend?
It was a great intro. It was a very good weekend. I tell you what though, it was a great weekend to be a JackJumper, wasn't it? Tell us all about those. Adelaide, knocked that off. Melbourne, knocked that off. Things are flying.
It was good. I mean, it's always good for me going back home to Adelaide, where I get to see my partner Beth, and then the JackJumpers played a beautiful game of basketball, kind of punched them in the face from the jump, and, you know, there was some stressful times, obviously, with them making big shots and almost coming back, but we held it out, flew to Melbourne, and got the job done too. So, as a JackJumpers fan and as a JackJumpers player, you couldn't have asked for much of a better weekend.
I was going to say, it must be a good feeling. Like, I know we always ram on about this, like, I don't know, it's such a quick turnaround sometimes. Like, you guys started off a bit rough, and then all it takes is one, like, good weekend like this to kind of put your spirits back high and kind of be like, wait, all right, this season is back on track. So it's cool to see. I was there on Sunday watching you guys live there, so always fun seeing you in person, but yeah, good to see.
I know, it was nice. Did you catch any good photos, any good videos?
I got a few stuff. You did chuck a cheeky comment to me saying there was not enough Tassie footage there. Too much.
I know. Uploading too much Melbourne United stuff, and we need more Jackie stuff.
Sometimes that's just the way it is. It's just like, I don't know, the ones you like more just happen to be of one team. So, you know, next time you're in town, I'll put the lens on you and see if you can actually notice me this time, because I feel like sometimes you're just too locked in. You're just too locked in there.
I am pretty locked in. That's definitely once I cross that white line, there's not a lot of playing around for me, as you've probably noticed. When I'm on that court, I'm kind of a different person almost.
Nah, it's a good thing. Trust me, it's a good thing. But yeah, that was my weekend. But we haven't talked in a while, and basketball hasn't been the only thing I've been filming, as you know. What else
tell us about the wedding.
Yeah, you're right. It was cool actually. Like I've done a few bits and bobs, like, besides from basketball, but the wedding is something different. Like, there's just stress to kind of, pressure to get those moments, pressure to kind of be there in the right spot at the right time. But, you know what, for my first time, I actually think I did pretty well. So we'll funnel through all the footage, see how it goes, and you know what, I might even show you the end result just to see what you think of my first
I have 2 questions that I'd like to hit you with.
Go.
One, I've heard it's a lot of editing involved in weddings. What is that part of it? And then 2, what's something you learnt from your first wedding? Something you think you would do better next time?
Well, yeah, the editing, I was just like, so I put it all. What I do, I just put it all in like a Adobe Premiere file, and you're right, there is so much footage to go through. Like, I just stared at it like after I had like maybe an hour or 2 editing session, and then by the end of it, I was just like, I barely got through any of it, and I was just like, this is going to take a while. But look, that's the beauty of it. Like, you just capture as much as you can to make sure you get those moments, and hopefully by the end of it, you've got something pretty damn special for, the couple. So it was cool. And something I learnt, I'm actually doing another one on Friday. So, you know, just wedding expert is my title coming in board. So, you know, maybe I'll do
there you go.
things a
So
bit
we
better.
got a basketball photographer expert and a wedding expert.
I'll get there eventually. It's something to add to your portfolio though, so it's actually quite cool to do. That's cool. But what else have you been up to? We haven't spoken since round 1. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't covered round 2 and 3, so you know, a lot of basketball has been played. Was the Brisbane game the one with those nice photos of you celebrating? So is it honestly weird when you look back on those photos, like of you celebrating or doing whatever? Is it weird, or is it, you know, slightly enjoyable? It takes you back to the moment.
Sometimes I'm like, wow, I'm ugly, but or who makes that type of face? Especially in the moment, I kind of got no idea what my body's doing or my face is doing. But nah, I enjoy those photos because that's me kind of at my highest almost. Like me just in the moment being present. Some might call it the zone or me blacking out. But that's me kind of doing what I love more than anything else to do. And I'm lucky enough that when I'm in that mode that there's cameras on me. So I definitely enjoy those photos a lot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it makes those memories and whatever. You can look back on them and kind of, I don't know, they'll explain some sort of, or bring you back that sort of feeling from the game or whatever. So it's cool as well because it's just obviously authentic. But I was going to bring
Yes.
up, so one of the moments we missed from round two was obviously Xavier Cooks's dunk on Isaac Humphries. And you know who that did not remind me of? It did not remind me of yourself, sir, if I do say so myself. You're not the most, I don't know. How would you rate your athleticism compared to others in the league?
Well, there's 2 points. I did dunk on a footer in Adelaide last year, so
Okay.
I dunked on Kai Soto, but I'm really good mates with Isaac Humphries, and
Yeah.
tough. That was incredible. I'm excited to see the cards that the NBL will be releasing. I'm very
Shout out
excited to see that poster card, and I'm excited to collect some of those. So that's something I'm looking forward to because that was like a real life poster. Like I had posters of Dwayne Wade and like Vince Carter on my wall, and maybe there's going to be some kids out there with Xavier Cooks chucking up posters on their wall.
Oh, for sure. I just wanted to throw that athleticism comment at you just to see how you'd react. But there you go.
No, that's all right. That's all right. That's what I say. Maximizing my potential. It's a compliment. It's a compliment.
It is, and it relates back to you the other week said you'll be at your prime basketball age at 32 years old, didn't you say?
Yes, that's 100% on the money. See, what I'm doing now, I'll be able to do when I'm 32, 33, 34 years old. Nothing will change.
It's so true, and that it also leads me into. I was going to ask you, like, what's your favorite dunk that you've ever had? Anything that pops to mind?
Oh, favorite dunk I've ever had. I haven't had too many in the NBL.
Not many to choose from, Jack.
Not a lot. Not a lot to choose from. So I would have to say the Kai Soto one I mentioned before was first time back in Adelaide versus your old team. Always has those extra emotions, and it was. Some would call it a rim grazer, but we got it done. We dunked it. We touched the rim and put the ball in the hole. So I'm counting it.
I got to be honest, I actually don't remember that. So we might have to bring it up or just post it somewhere because for my own benefit, I actually don't remember it.
I might have to go back and get you some of that footage.
Just putting it out there. But no, that was great. That was great. Yeah, it's been interesting how some of the teams have panned out. Like Brizzy, obviously many picked them to kind of have a very good season, and they've had it rough. I think 0-3 or 4 or something. But like we said before, it's a long season, or long enough to turn things around. So it's always interesting how these sort of teams play out, I guess.
100%. They've also had a tough schedule. They've been at Perth. Against Perth, Sydney twice, and the Jackies at Tasmania. So, you never really know. With a tough schedule, they could easily come out. Baines can show some lead that team and keep growing. They got some new guys that are really playing well in DJ, and you never know. We know Sobi's going to get better week by week. It's a process coming back from an injury, and so all those things could click, and they're still going to be an exciting team to watch. That's for sure.
No, they will, and that's the first thing that kind of popped into my head when people talk about their worries or whatever. It's like it's just Nathan Sobey. Like he's gonna take time to get back to who we know he is, and he will get back there. So it'll be exciting to watch once he actually does. But it's a process. We're all too quick to react these days, but it's part of the fun.
100%. It's cool. Sad injuries are a sad part of basketball. An inevitable part of basketball. And that's Justin Robinson for the Hawks,
Yes.
But being replaced by Peyton Sibber, who had a good year with New Zealand last year. New Zealand found it tough to win some games, but anyone would find that hard living away from your country for 10 months. Yeah. So we'll be excited to see him and get to see him and Lockie Dent, who's been hooping as a DP. It'll be fun to see him slide into there, and that'll be good.
He's actually been killing it, Lockie Dent. It's I don't know. It's fun to watch. Just seeing a guy like that. And he has someone's had to step up. While, like you said, Justin Robinson out for the season. Do you still claim Sean McDonald as the best DP in the league? By the way.
Hey, he's been doing incredible. I mean, a win at Melbourne. He played the second most minutes on our team, clocking in 25, guarding the best player on the floor all night, and doing exactly what our coach asks him to do. So, I think he's earned himself part of the rotation, and that's hard to do as a young fella.
Yeah, no, he's actually been very impressive, and he almost deserves more love from the guys, I reckon, just like the fan base and stuff. And speaking of JackJumpers, you know how I did some research. In our time off. You know how you've compared Milton Doyle to one Kevin Durant in previous times. Well, I've done some digging, and there's definitely something to that, because Milton Doyle's Instagram handle is MDTray5, and of course KD's Twitter handle is KDTray5. So I'm just saying there has to be something there, clearly.
So the craziest thing ever is I said that to you when in the interview, and then I'd said it to him, and then I got to talking to him one day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Kevin Durant's my favorite player, who I grew up watching, who I wanted to be like, who I wanted to play like." So I gave him the biggest compliment without even realizing it, and yeah, he's a Kevin Durant fan. Made his Instagram like KD, and the rest you have it. 32 points against Brisbane when we needed him to step up and help us get our first win. We're going to see some more games like that for sure.
No, that was good. Yeah, I think someone said that was the second time a JackJumpers ever scored 30. So fun fact for you, just throwing it out there.
That is a fun fact. There you go.
Well, I'm pretty. I could just be making up, but I'm pretty sure someone said that, and it sounds half accurate. So I'm just going to roll with it.
No, it sounds good. It makes sense to me.
You'll get there. You'll get there next, I reckon.
I agree.
What do you reckon? What's your career high? Random, just random question. Career high in the NBL. Go.
26 last year against Southeast Melbourne, I think.
There you go.
Second last game of the season. So, yeah, when I start making some shots, which they haven't been dropping the last couple of games, but that's all right. We're finding a way to win. Who knows?
It's a team game. It's not all about scoring, Darren. Tell yourself that after I ask those questions.
No. Don't get me wrong. I still want to try and go out there and score 30 points. So,
for sure. Rate or hate. Now, did you see what I put on the Instagram? The Instagram results about your hairstyle have been overwhelming. Did you see all those?
I haven't seen them.
You haven't seen them? Come on.
No,
Come on, man.
I haven't actually seen the Instagram results, so you're about to have to hit me. Wait, we got one thing to cover first.
Yes, go.
Your YouTube channel.
Oh,
first off,
yeah, that's pretty good.
First off, I didn't know you were a twin.
I thought you would have suspected that, but realised that by that one Phoenix video. But there you go.
So I chucked it on first thing. I was like, wow. This is some old footage. My boy's got the bald shaved head looking sharp. And then I was like, that sounds different. And then obviously it all clicked. But no, it's awesome. I love the LeBron video. The LeBron legacy video was awesome. And then seeing it was almost like a day in the life, but the Seth Curry thing was super cool. And then you guys going through, filming not the best of names, filming the shoot the other day, talking about portraits and yeah, I'm all in. I'm a subscriber now, 4,000 subscribers almost. So we're there. We're all in.
Yeah, it's funny the twin thing catches you off guard sometimes. Like I think someone from my brother's work, he was watching that same Phoenix video, and he actually thought that my brother Michael went to the effort of like putting in video effects to like duplicate himself. That he wasn't actually an identical twin. I was just like, why would anyone... I know people do that, like on TikTok and stuff. They might duplicate themselves for like a brief time or whatever, but why would anyone go to the effort of that for that long and just go with it? But there you go.
Well, there you go. The success. Check it out.
Yep, check it out. Anyway, back to those Instagram comments. So pretty much, I could do a scroll through, but I didn't expect to get so much feedback. But pretty much... I'd say, when I say that, there was only like 10 comments or something. But that's pretty good for our limited subscribers so far. But
there you go. I got a lot of story replies too.
There you go. So, yeah, pretty much they were all for the blonde hair. But, don't feel any pressure because I'm second guessing my own vote for the yes. So, there you go.
Well, there you go. The people want the blonde hair back. Well, Creaky's repping that now in the NBL, so I'm going to have to give it to him for a little bit, but maybe next season, who knows?
Let it breathe for a bit, maybe. Do your own thing.
100%. Well, I'm going to hit you with the first rate or hate. This is a little controversial one.
We love it. We love that here.
Jesse Wagstaff's suspension.
Oh, yeah. Okay, putting my NBL cap down, just as a fan and I'm going to say former player, because I've touched on I might just retire from social basketball, full stop. But yeah, I'll say hate it. I'll hate it. Just because I think, it was a screen, it was hard, but you know how I love to sit on the fence. You do have to put a player's duty of care first as well. So, I do see both sides of it, but if I'm going to have to choose one, I'll say I hate it. How about yourself?
I like it. I like that you're not sitting on the fence, you're making a decision, and he gets fired from the NBL tomorrow.
Just like, we're not releasing this episode now. Nah. What was your response?
Yeah, I hate it. Hate it. One, for multiple reasons. One, I don't get to battle Jesse Wagstaff this weekend, which is disappointing. You always want to go against the best players possible, go against the best, the best competition in the world. One of the best competitions in the world, and that involves, one of the best players, best winners to ever be part of the NBL, and so. For me, as a fellow four-man, disappointing not playing him this weekend and him coming out there. And then secondly, I think he had no intent. And I think intent is a big part of it. I don't believe that he went out there to try and hurt someone, just free his man up in a basketball play that happens multiple times a game. And so yeah, I just think, I'm disappointed that he won't be playing this weekend. When Perth comes to Tassie, I would have loved to face their full team.
You're affected firsthand by it, which I did not realise. But
exactly.
I think intent is the right word there. Like, yeah, that just kind of makes sense. But I do like how you threw him in the deep end there. By the way, thank you for that.
I got you.
you're like, I got you. All right, I'm going to hit you with one as well. Actually, let's stay on the topic of sort of controversial basketball takes or whatever. Flopping.
Wow.
Yep. Take some time to think about this one. Don't. Actually, that's the idea of this game. Don't take any time and just hit me with a rate or hate.
I rate it. I rate it. I know this is a controversial take. Let me explain why.
Yep,
I think our job as a basketball player is two things. One is to entertain. We're an entertainment business first. And then two is to do everything in our power to win games. And so, if the right play is to flop and the referees are rewarding that, then the player should flop. If they can get a charge or get an extra possession or make a winning impact play by flopping, get 2 extra points, then it's the right basketball play. So, I rate it from a player's perspective. I do think some different types of rules or referee needs to be done a bit different to not reward the flop as much, because it is rewarded pretty heavily in our game, particularly in post defense.
Yeah. I was very interested to see what you'd respond with there. To be honest, I was quite actually got to give credit to my brother. He thought of that rate or hate. So shout out Michael if you're listening.
There you go, fresh cut.
Yeah. I do see to put it out, I'm hate it, but I do see the whole concept of doing whatever you can to kind of win the game within the rules. I do understand, but in saying that, I am still strong hate it.
No, for sure. I get it, because it does ruin some of the game.
And it was the most I know, different levels of basketball, but just it's the most frustrating thing as an opponent sometimes. When someone gets you and they get the right call, you're almost like, 1, well played, you got me, but 2, God, I hate that.
100%. It makes you overwhelmingly frustrated.
It does, but, clap your hand, and it is within the rules in a way, and whatever. Credit to them.
Yep,
if you can do it.
Go. No, I like the basketball ones. Then
yes,
I'm going to switch it completely. And wine. Are you a wine man?
Hate it, but but that's just because I don't think I've gotten to that stage in my sort of life of just sort of like I've only tried it a handful of times. So, there's still plenty of time to give it a proper go, and I might get back to you and become a wine connoisseur, so to speak.
All I heard was Darren say hate it 3 times in a row. So this hate or rate segment has been a success. The box have been ticked. I rate this rate or hate highly.
Is this like a plan though? Like you're only thinking of ones that you can get through?
No. You could have been. I'm reaching out to your loved ones, your friends. What are all the things he hates?
You're a smart man. That's pretty good actually. Just a way to get some hates out of me. But I was actually, what was I going to hit you with? Hang on, no. What? Did you answer that one?
I rate it. I don't really drink in season.
Okay.
For like performance reasons. But every now and then I might have like a glass of red. After Sunday at the airport, I had a glass of red with a couple of the guys, and it was a great time.
I actually think I've tried white wine more than red, so maybe I should just give it a go. You never know. I might enjoy it.
There you go. I agree.
Boom. Next one. Skipping. As an athlete yourself, skipping ropes. Not just like the skipping with your hands, but skipping rope.
I highly rate it. I rate it. I think it's a great way for a warm-up. I actually did 5 minutes of it today before practice. I pulled out the skipping rope. So it's something that I think is really good to just build the toes, coordination, cardio in a really healthy way for anyone. And so I'm never going to go out and be hitting all the crazy, the triples and the back and forths, but a nice little skip, I'll get it done. What about yourself?
Yeah, I rate it. And I tell you, the reason I rate it is because, you didn't catch me with a hate that time. Can't do that.
Own question.
True. Oh, yeah. I should just target myself with getting rates now, just to get it back. But I started skipping just like almost as a daily routine, but literally just like I did like 15 minutes, and in saying that, not a full straight 15 minutes, but, I quite enjoyed it as like because I bought a treadmill in like the COVID season, so to speak. Just didn't rate it that much. Just didn't get motivated by it. So skipping is my new choice, and let's see how long it lasts.
I like it. Keep us updated. We need a daily little skipping improvement, little time lapse. Give people what they want. Darren's skipping adventures.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I probably won't be going on Brotherhood Studios, but
I like it. That's what I mean. Though for me, skipping is just a great healthy tool. It's 10 minutes of skipping. I know you're sweating. That's a full blown workout.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and that's what I was thinking as well. 15 minutes, and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't consistent. But I already felt like I was doing more than that treadmill for however long I did a treadmill for. So, win-win.
100%. I love it. I'm gonna hit you with my last one, and it is. It's not a controversial one. I just want to get to know you a little better. If you would fit in with the JackJumpers at the moment, the game dominoes.
Do I just get an invite to the JackJumpers roster, the lineup?
Yeah, it depends. Do you rate or hate dominoes?
Wait, you're not saying the pizza, right? You're saying the game, right?
No, the game.
Well, I will say rate it because my very limited experience, I think I enjoyed it. But honestly, I haven't played that much of it in my lifetime.
Well, there you go. Well, the insider secret, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, what has been the success of the JackJumpers. We are 3-0 since we've started playing dominoes.
Wow. That is... I actually love that. I love it.
Culture or dominoes?
Now we just need Scott Roth in a post-game press conference to mention dominoes in any way, shape or form. I just want him to mention it.
100%. I'll try and get that sorted. We'll get a shout out to dominoes for sure.
Actually, next time you're in the player one, next time you're the player next to him, just try to squeak in a dominoes reference for me if you could. If that would be great, to be honest.
I can do it. I can do that.
Who's the best dominoes player on the JackJumpers?
Josh Majette. He's definitely the one that's led it. He's the one that went out and bought the dominoes. His pops loves playing it, so he's been playing it his whole life. We started out on the phone, playing one-on-one. He had to go get a set, and we're in the airport playing it after games, pre-game. It's been non-stop.
I love it. Building team culture. It reminds me of, not sure if you've had a chance to check out that Redeem Team doco on Netflix. I don't know.
I have not yet, but the boys rate the Kobe Bryant stuff highly. They were talking about it today.
Yes. Yep. As soon as he came on screen, yep, that was very good moments. But yeah, they just reference playing cards every night just to build team culture and stuff. So there you go. Redeem Team or JackJumpers. Last one from me. Dinner before 6 p.m.
Rate it.
My man's meditating on the spot about this rate or hate question.
100%. I have to go rate it.
Rate it.
Yeah, I'm never going to do it that often, but I love like a 6 p.m. dinner. So like I'm right on that cusp. Like I'm like a 6:15, 6:30. So like if it comes out at 5:45, I'm gonna eat it and be happy. Maybe get a little like a little snack before I go to bed, maybe. But I rate it. What about yourself?
See, I thought you'd say that just because you referenced that you go to bed quite early. So I was just like, you know what? If I throw this at him, he might actually say yes. But
yep.
I'm gonna say I hate it. I just feel like dinner. It's a bit too early. It's a bit too early for mine. But it's not that controversial.
What's your normal dinner time?
6:30 on the dot is what I like. That's what I like.
Perfect, huh?
Yes. Yeah, I reckon that's prime time. Prime time for dinner. Just fits nicely in the schedule.
I love it. I love it. Are you going to lead us off now with what you're grateful for this week? And I hope it's not a 6:30 dinner, even though that would be a good one.
No, it's not a 6:30 dinner, but it does relate back to what we have discussed previously. But I'm grateful for haircuts because they just make you feel good, look good, feel good. Every time I get one, I'm just like, I do feel better about myself, and I wish I would have got one earlier. So it's a simple one for me this week. But
I like
haircuts
it.
It is.
I like it. You're right. It's a good feeling going in, walking out with a successful cut. You can't complain about anything else, huh?
Because I normally just get one every 2 weeks, but I almost feel like just making it weekly. I don't know. I just like it short. Every time it gets a bit too long, I'm just like, nah, bring it back, cut it back.
There you go. I love that
Strong
one.
rating.
That's good. When was your last haircut?
Would have been a week and a half ago or something. So getting there.
Well, speaking of haircuts, I have a haircut booked in tomorrow, so you'll be seeing a whole different Jack on Saturday against Perth. What timing?
Love it. Are you going to go that 0 you've always been tempted by?
Nah, this trip will not be the 0, but I know not yet. But we'll keep the simple. What I've usually been going, short on the sides, a little longish on the top. Keep it smart and casual.
Love it. You do. What are you grateful for this week?
My grateful for, and this has been for the last 2 weeks, has been exit row seats in planes. Without those exit row seats in planes, it would make travelling a lot harder, and they definitely help us big fellas out a lot. So without those exit rows, we'd be hurting. And with how much travel we've done, every time I get on the plane or when I get the ticket saying 13 or 14, because that's usually the exit row seats, I'm a happy man.
Your eyes light up as soon as you see that ticket. That's what we like.
100%. What have you got coming up this week, big dog?
I was just going to say, before we jump onto that, I'm gonna break the rules. Are you allowing 2 grateful fors?
Hit me with another one. I'd love nothing more.
I was gonna say you're a man of gratitude. Grateful for is your segment. Give me a second. I'm just choking again.
That's all right. Grateful for his water bottle.
I'm extremely grateful for this water bottle, Jack. No, I'm grateful for just good people you work with, and a bloke who I've been pretty close with working for. He's working with, I should say. He's worked for 7 years at the NBL. I'm going to call him the voice of the NBL social media. Just very. Hang on.
No, I love it. I'm going to grab a drink too then. We need to put this on a TikTok.
Some good water.
Darren choking up over the love for his workmates.
It's true, actually. It's a very sad moment. No, okay. So, second grateful for. I'm grateful for, good people who you work with. Like, it's so important, with your mentors and stuff. They make the world of difference. So, Mike Corbett, he's worked 7 years at the NBL. The voice of our NBL social media channels, I'm going to call him. So, just like a very creative dude, fun dude, great with puns, that type of stuff. So, he's hanging his NBL jersey in the rafters. He's called it quits. So,
wow, there you go, huh? Is he officially all done and dusted, or is he going to stay the rest of the season? Or
no, he's done now. He's called it. So, but no, he's a well-earned rest. So yeah, grateful for good workmates. Let's call it.
I think that's just the perfect way to end it.
Make it 4 in a row, 3 in a row. What is it? 4.
Make it 4 in a row, and we'll be plus. So the rest is history.
Keep playing those dominoes, and you'll get there.
But hey, guys, if you're bored, go pick up the domino set. I promise your family will have a great time.